for the Patriots here yesterday. 32-year-old safety Patrick Chung agreed to a 2-year contract extension to stay in New England and to lock down Chung through the 2023 season. He gets $3 million as a signing bonus, along with $12.8 million over the next 4 years. Here's teammate Jonathan Jones on how beneficial it will be to have so many familiar faces in their secondary this year.
I think that'd be, extremely advantage for us if we use it to that advantage. Like I said, to continue to get on our communication, to stay on the same page. I know we say that, use the word communication over and over because, in football, that's so key, just to make sure you get 11 guys, to see the same picture at the same time. So in the back end, just having those guys who've seen the same thing, over and over. And there's, subtle communication between each other that we've grown understanding. So just getting back to that once we get on the field, I think we'll be a step ahead. But like I said, we have to continue that, with these meetings. It's just kind of refresh that.
Schrager, we cannot forget how dominant this defense was last season. We just can't. They led the league in nearly every defensive category. Here's my question. How far can defense alone take the Patriots in 2020?
We'll see, because it's not the same defense. Don't be fooled on this one, guys. They lost some key pieces. Kyle Van Noy was a very good player for the New England Patriots. Landon Roberts was a very good player for the New England Patriots. And, of course, Jamie Collins, though he wasn't necessarily flying all over the field like he used to, was still an important piece to the New England Patriots defense. They lost some guys there, and they lost Tom Brady on offense. So how far can defense alone take the Patriots? They could be great if the defense is still great, but we're talking to Jones there. It's not just Jones and Gillilock and McCourty's. I mean, this thing has to all work. And I'm not so certain that the offense is going to be all that great without Brady. I'm also not so certain that the defense is instantly going to be as good as it was last year, losing some of those key veteran leaders. Again, I've said it all offseason here on this show. I know the Buffalo Bills don't want to hear this, but there's a window right now for the Buffalo Bills to take that division and be the team. If they're not, the Patriots can still be the kings and remain kings, and the defense is going to have to lead the way in big spots.
Schrager, you hit it, man. Harmon, Shelton, Collins, our guy Kyle Van Noy. We love some Kyle Van Noy. I mean, these are true OGs that were in that locker room and looked at as pillars. I always have faith in the Patriots' offensive defense because of their coaching staff. But let's not get it twisted. In the words of Peter Schrager from earlier in the show, this defense is going to have to carry the squad. There were moments in my career where a coach would walk in a team meeting, I'm talking about at the very beginning of the season, and look at our team and point to one side of the ball and say, you will be our strength this year. Most of the time it was our offense because I was lucky enough to play with some beasts, some great quarterbacks, some superstar wide receivers and running backs. But other times whenever we had injuries or we weren't playing as well as we wanted to on the offensive side of the ball, a coach would look and point to the defensive side of the room and say, hey, you guys, you're going to have to carry us each game. Offense, we'll try to win you some. But defense, this is your season. And right now, I feel like Bill Belichick is walking in virtually and talking to his defense saying, until we really catch a rhythm with Stidham in this offense, defense, you are going to have to hold us down. And you know what? I have faith that they can.
All right, I got a couple of takeaways here. One, may we all love anything in life as much as Bill Belichick loves Patrick Chung. He loves Chung. 32 years old, got some weird stuff in the news. Belichick doesn't care. I'm a big fan of Connie Chung myself, but the other takeaway, Jarrett Stidham better be good. I don't buy looking at this team. Well, they can carry him. The defense can carry him for 2 months. Chung is old. The McCourtys are old. If you want to have an old quarterback, old lineman, I don't really want to be old at safety. And not only did they lose a bunch of those guys from last year's defense, they lost the defense itself in the second half of the year. It was nothing like the first half. It's completely misleading stats. And who did they get to inject youth? Well, Peter told us the story of Kyle Duggar from the Lenoir-Rhyne College. That is the hope for the Patriots defense. The first draft pick they took. Lenoir-Rhyne, not Alabama, Ohio State. Respect to Lenoir-Rhyne, but there's some big responsibility on this dude with an old secondary and a complete neophyte at quarterback. The Josh Allen, Sam Darnold, Tua Tagovailoa thing is real. Like, we're not talking about just this season. This is the next chapter for Belichick. So they better get young and good fast, and Stidham better kill it. Because if he doesn't, there's problems in paradise, my friends.
Young Padawan, do not question the Jedi Master. Kyle, do you remember how good this defense was? I know you're saying it was a little bit misleading, but does it change your mind at all to know that the defense for the Patriots held opponents to 14 or fewer points 11 times last year? That's the defense talking to Stidham and saying, all you got to do, bro, is score 2 touchdowns. We're Gucci. Does that change you at all?
I just remember Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry, a hot Ginsu knife through soft butter in the playoffs. That defense, no mas, no mas. It scares me. They were great in September. They got worked in January.
If they can hold people to under 14 points, they're going to have double-digit wins, and we'll see them in the playoffs with Stid the Kid. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Nate, Peter, Kyle? What's your take on the Patriots in 2020? At GMFB with your answers to that one. Huge guest.